I told you that the reason you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or spiritually exhausted is that you've been chasing the wrong thing? We've been told for decades that enlightenment is a destination and it's a peak experience you reach by escaping or leaving your body, and it's something out there, or by leaving this real world behind. But what if the real power isn't in leaving? And what if the secret to the next stage of our human evolution is exactly about staying? I help sovereign individuals awaken higher consciousness, bliss, and embodied coherence so that they can live as the evolved human, clear, connected, heart-centered, alive in this world. And today we're going to talk about the evolution of this new kind of being, and I'm going to show you why seeking enlightenment might actually be what's keeping you stuck, and why your greatest asset is in this changing world isn't a peak experience, it's about embodied coherence. We're moving from being linear beings, I would say, to what many other people would call dimensional beings. And it's time to stop chasing lights and start becoming the light. In the old paradigm of spirituality, we focused on the peak experience, the 10-minute meditation, the thing that feels like bliss, the retreat, the thing that opens your third eye. But as soon as we get back to the normal life, our work, our job, our kids, our bank account, everything seems to vanish and our aura becomes porous again. The evolved human consciousness that I like to think of is different. This kind of human is someone who can stabilize higher consciousness in the body and be heart-centered, be completely independent but empowered. And you aren't someone who visits higher dimensions, you're inhabiting it while you're standing in line at the grocery store, for example, and you're carrying out your normal everyday life. This is what psychologist Kenneth Ring refers to as us moving into the imaginal realm, and that's a state where we're no longer incarcerated in this prison of linear straight thinking and historical time. But to get there, we're going to have to stop looking for that temporary escape and start looking at bringing and anchoring our frequency to where we are. Your body is essentially a biological radio, a sophisticated antenna designed to anchor higher frequencies into your physical life, your physical reality. However, when your attention is scattered, then your frequency is dulled, whether by, being in fight or flight, a dysregulated nervous system, or with this collective kind of morphic noise of the world. Your field often becomes fragmented or weak. And so therefore it can't hold this high fidelity signal or bliss. And to move beyond this chasing temporary peak experiences, we must instead consider living as conscious beings, as heart-centered, where we can prioritize in our lives embodied coherence. This is a practice of aligning the mind, the heart, the body, the energy, the entire system of the body, so it can stop being in that survival mode and begin acting as a universal intelligence and as a whole body. By regulating your breath, your energy field, and your nervous system in this way, these things, you're practicing energetic hygiene. You're clearing interference in your mind, in your nervous system, and in your energy field, your aura. And you're strengthening your aura, and you're allowing yourself to finally stabilize and sustain the clear transmission of your own sovereign consciousness, your own authentic way of being. So how do we hold this signal? And this is where we look at the implosion physics of consciousness. And I often reference Dan Winter's work here because he often talks about bliss and being as a result of having a well-organized, imploding energy field. An equal strong aura, an equidistantly symmetrical strong aura, like being a fractal. So when your field is coherent, it implodes inwards. The inward focusing of energy comes into a still point, bringing you to a place of consciousness that allows you to inhabit a place beyond space and time, a multi-dimensional still point. This multi-dimensional still point is where you have access to large amounts of information and light without your system crashing. When you're incoherent, on the other hand, meaning you are stressed, you're fearful, you're reactive in some way, your energy is scattered, your energy field may be overexpanded or becoming out of alignment with your chakras. It may be becoming asymmetrical, thereby leaking your life force into the environment. And this can leave you feeling vulnerable, emotional, tired, absorbing everybody else's emotions around you, and or literally becoming sick because you're literally losing your electrical light body circuitry. In these fast-moving times, we could be evolving by learning to command our energy with precision so that bliss becomes a sustainable natural state rather than a rare event. The biggest mistake I see seekers make is trying to go up before they go down. And in my XYZ axis of breathing, the Y axis is the vertical axis, and it's the line that leads from the top of your head down through your spine into the earth. And if you try to download high-level intuition or contact experiences without a strong, clear vertical access, it's like trying to download a massive high-definition file on a dial-up connection. Your nervous system will find it challenging and discombobulating to deal with. You might feel spacey or scattered, for example, or unplugged or out of phase. But true embodied coherence means your nervous system is regulated enough so it can act as a high fidelity bridge. You're anchoring higher frequencies into your physical cells. As author and mystic Terence McKenna famously said, the goal of our evolution is to exteriorize the soul and interiorize the physical body. We are making the non-physical real and the physical diaphanous. My guides, TARP, they describe the human mind compartmentalized, unable to perceive things holistically until we learn to integrate all aspects of our psyche. Therefore, the evolved human, I would say, I like to think of, is someone who can integrate all of these things and become holistic in their life and in their understanding and perceive the whole world on the whole of their body, not just from their monkey brain or their daily thinking mind. So when you live as a conscious, heart-centered, aligned human being, it doesn't really let you get away with being a victim of your environment. Instead, what you become is aware, and you begin to question things. You are left with seeing your role in all the situations that happen in your life, and you practice energy hygiene, clearing the energy that doesn't belong to you and perhaps belongs to other people closest to you, like your loved ones, or around the people that you work with, or the energy comes from somewhere else out in the world. And you begin to practice moving away from other people's unserving energy and cleaning your field so you can listen to your own higher intelligence. This transition into a new way of being is happening right now. I see it, you see it, I'm sure. And it's a kind of coming of age, I feel, of our species, of this larger, higher idea of what it means to be a new evolved human. So if you're seeking higher ways of living and you feel called to stabilize this level of coherence into your own life, I invite you to join me. This is the work we do in my trainings and my guidance sessions. Becoming the best version of you isn't just about meditating. It doesn't need to be about that at all. It's about building the architecture for a new way of living with higher energy in your life, with a heart-centered approach to your decisions and your orientation. So I challenge you, stop seeking enlightenment out there. Seek it instead in your own field. Anchor your own light. I'm Gail Thomas, and thank you for listening.